leaving me with a bunch of broken, cheap incubators. So, yeah, that's the situation. Any help you could offer would be greatly appreciated.
Of course. Have them dead and disposed of right quick.
Whoa, wait, no, I really don't want them hurt. Just caught so I can take better care of them. Nothing I've tried has worked, and I'm worried whether they're really okay.
You know this is an extermination service, right?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I found your number under pest control. Controlling pests doesn't have to mean killing them.
Well, this has been an absolute waste of my time. Good luck with your... what was it? Shoelace infestation?
What? No, I said bootlegs. Just... roll intro, I guess. Little Tokyo in the heart of Los Angeles, a Pokemon fan's dream where the streets are lined with official merchandise. But we're not here to buy licensed products. We're here for the dark and twisted underbelly of the Pokemon merch world. We're here for the bootlegs. Can we make these misbegotten creatures into Fakemon art? Can we help them find a place in the world? Let's find out together. Welcome to PewterCityJim's Bootleg Boutique. Hey trainers, welcome back to the Boot Lab. Sorry it's been a while, it's been a busy time lately, but we have a brand new episode of Bootleg Hijinks for you to enjoy. For those who are new here, welcome. Bootleg Boutique is where I take some crazy looking bootleg toys I found in and around Little Tokyo, and I turn them into freakish Fakemon. So far, we have an alien-inspired Shieldon, a gluttonous Ice Wolf Pig Knight, and a sickeningly sweet Surskit, emphasis on the sick. As I've mentioned before, this is intended to be a short 5-video series, and this is video number 4. I figured it would be a perfect video to make, being as we're a little ways out from Halloween. On this channel, we also do some Let's Play stuff, both official games and some fan-made adventures on Fridays, a nice way to ring in the weekend. But there's also plenty of art to be found as well. It's almost all Fakemon related. We have a whole region by the name of Sola that we're working on, but I also do some contest entries and stuff like that. If any of this sounds like your idea of a good time, welcome aboard. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and respond in the comments. I do my level best to reply to each and every one. Anyway, moving right along, this time we're looking at this absolutely bizarre Palpitoad. Look at its weird nose, those sinister eyes, and weird skin texture. The colors aren't even the weirdest thing about this guy. The proportions are super off, too. It's an absolutely imperfect but precious bean. And now we're gonna completely destroy its character. Palpitoad are a middle stage, and much like any other, it's weird and awkward and doesn't have a massive amount of character on its own. It's kind of a midway point between Tympole and Seismitoad. The Tympole line is actually one I really enjoy from Generation 5 overall though, so I was excited to play with this little fella. The first thing I think of when looking at this weird wrinkled skin texture is that it looks like it should be soft and pliable, like Silly Putty or Play-Doh. That led me down the design path of making a slime monster. Palpitoad already is a water-type amphibian, so probably common in wetlands. Let's make it a bog monster. A weird, gross ghoul that rears its head out of the mud to snack on creatures venturing through its swamps late at night. As I started designing the more Pokemon-inspired art for this, I wanted to make it look like it's really goopy and liquid. We already have creatures like Grimer, Muck, and Ditto, so we already have a few goopy boys in the official Pokedex, but I wanted to make something different. This Palpitoad has a lot more defined features than any of those other guys with that nose and those head jewels. The jewels especially stuck out to me. On the original Pokemon, I think they're supposed to be like tremor-inducing organs. Our version of this monster, they're going to be stomachs. This is where food gets digested and its nutrients dispersed throughout the body. I imagine this form is what it looks like on dry land, a little more condensed and coalesced with a firmer outer layer. Once it's in its swamp, however, it likes to spread out through the water it calls home. Here we have Blobule, the dissolving Pokemon. Blobule can go years without eating if necessary. They absorb nutrients through the sediment and rotting vegetable matter in their home swamp. If a Pokemon or person is unlucky enough to fall into its personal pool, however, they are ingested and digested over weeks or maybe even months for large prey. Now, to create some art for this guy. Unfortunately, I couldn't include that enormous nose here. I tried several sketches with it included and it just messes up what I was going for. We're gonna say that it's, Well, this is what it looks like in the water while all stretched out. The tissue that makes up that big nose just kind of flexes and goes away, and it only reappears once Blobule dries out enough. I wanted this to look like two things: an old school painterly movie poster, think Creature from the Black Lagoon or Bela Lugosi's Dracula, and a blacklight poster. For the painterly look of the movie poster, that's why I left a lot of the line work visible and a lot of the strokes of the digital paintbrush in there as well, without kind of smoothing them over or rendering them out. I kept in some of those sketchy textures as well, just to give it a more hand-drawn feel too. I always start my work on paper, and usually with a sketch layer before I use the light table to do any inking. Then I render/color with the mouse. I don't use a tablet or anything for my coloring, so doing the actual drawing digitally is super hard. Sometimes having the sketch pays off though in situations like this where I want that extra little bit of grit. In terms of it looking a bit like a blacklight poster, it would look absolutely nuts under those magical light bulbs that they use for this. Certain colors really pop alongside using the special inks that make these posters work in the first place. I recommend checking them out if you never have. They are really, really cool. A lot of them have this purple and green aesthetic that I love. Anyway, this poor deerling just found itself in the wrong neighborhood. And here you have it, Blobule about to have afternoon tea in its native habitat. Shrek, you don't want this swamp anymore, buddy. It is infested. Anyway, trainers, thank you so much for joining me today. And a special thank you to Gibster, who provided the voice of our grumpy exterminator in the first part of the episode. Thanks so much, buddy. You should definitely check out his channel, link in the description. He's got a fantastic region based on Greece, and he also redesigns Pokemon and Pokemon, the alternate take. And yes, I can see that Blobule has indeed hatched and escaped as well. I just kind of expected at this point. Still, luckily enough, the last egg that we have here, this one behind me, it's in an aquarium built to withstand massive amounts of pressure. It's not a cheap incubator. Nothing else can escape at this point, I'm sure of it. Anyway, trainers, I'm looking forward to catching you in the next one, but till then, take care. Bye!